Okay, we are back with another episode, and today we have a very, 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 very special guest, an extremely hardworking and cool person. Drum roll, please. The drum major, Fotu.
Hello.
Hi. Do you see what I did there, the drum pun?
That was the best pun that I've ever heard in my entire life.
No one laughed, so I don't think it was that funny, but... Hi, Fotu. It's been so hard to get a hold of you with your extremely demanding schedule. You guys are working almost every day until as late as 10 p.m. At band, and band is at like sports games, competitions, practicing every day, even on the weekends. So tell us what got you interested in music and why you decided to take on the daunting task of the drum major.
Yeah, so my family is actually really musical.
Oh, wow.
And
okay.
I always really liked music before I had band, and I was able to have like a deeper appreciation for the art.
Mm-hmm.
But my grandpa taught me how to play ukulele when I was like really young, and then he taught me how to play guitar too, and we sing at church and stuff. So music's like kind of in our family. But I ended up joining band in middle school because I was like searching so hard for an extracurricular that wasn't athletic, because I'm not really athletic. So I ended up choosing band. And yeah.
What's your favorite instrument out of all the ones you know how to play?
I think my favorite right now would probably be bass clarinet, because I'm learning how to, well, I learned it over the summer, but it's like slowly starting to become like one of my favorites because I think the tone is so pretty.
What's like your role as the drum major, and what's like the commitment associated with it?
So for drum major, we learn how to spin our maces, which is like the stick that I spin, and also kind of learning how to be like a leader in front of our band. I feel like it's such a big group that's kind of hard to adjust to in the beginning, but it's such a rewarding task because you get to know everybody really well. And when you like when we win awards and stuff, it's like you feel so much more happier knowing that you contributed to that. And like I always feel really proud of our band for all the stuff that they're able to do.
Is there anything like a competition coming up that you're excited for?
We have our first band review, like competitive band review at Del Oro.
And is it the one with like the 50 plus schools? Is it that one?
Oh no, that one's ours.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that one's coming up. But our first like competitive one is Del Oro, and we always get off really early for that one because there's not too many people that compete in Del Oro, so awards are really early, so we get to go home early.
So with all this like time you commit into this role, what's the longest you've ever had to stay out or worked for one specific event?
I think the longest would either be when I worked for our band review, because we usually end up having to stay and clean up after all the bands have left, and they usually don't leave until like 10.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I think 11 is probably the longest that I've stayed out. Also at like when we go out to comps, sometimes it could be like an hour or two out. And when we come back, it's like in the middle of work, like rush hour coming back home. And so it always takes a little longer coming back home. But it's always really fun because we get to just like be with each other after awards. Like we get to like in some of the buses we have a big what's it called, speaker, yes, and we end up playing music on it and singing along on all the way back home. So those are usually really fun memories that we get to make.
So like hour-long karaoke spiels.
It's like the best.
What's like your favorite song that you guys sing?
I think at Champs is our last competition of the year, and it's usually nearing close to like winter break and stuff. So we end up singing Last Christmas, and it's like the best song to sing because like everyone knows the lyrics, and it's just like a vibe in the bus. We're like Last Christmas.
Riff off. Well, I live pretty close to school, and sometimes it'll be like 10 o'clock and I can still hear the drums.
Oh yeah, that's for drumline. Drumline stays really late because it's like they have these things called Super Saturdays where they'll stay after on Saturdays and they'll stay for like 12 hours.
Wow.
It's really crazy that like they're able to commit that long, and I never really hear them complain about it too because they have like such a
They enjoy it.
yeah, they enjoy it. It's so cool.
Yeah. What part of band are you in charge of? There's wind ensemble, there's marching band.
So everyone in wind ensemble has to be in marching band.
Oh, okay.
So I'm kind of in charge of wind and marching, but the majority of kids in band do marching. So I usually end up kind of taking charge whenever there's Mackie's not here or they need someone to kind of help do things. Like when I was in intermediate last year, I usually ended up covering for Mackie when he wasn't able to come to school, like during class, and I just direct us through the music.
So you're only a junior currently.
I am.
That is so impressive that you're pretty much the student director.
Thank you.
I'm amazed. So you pretty much are Mr. Mackey's right-hand man.
Yes.
You lead multiple parts of band. Do you ever get stressed from it?
I think last year when I was still trying to like adjust to the role, I got stressed out really easily.
Last year? So you've been this since sophomore year?
Yeah, I've been training to spin since freshman year.
Oh wow.
Cause wait, actually, funny story. I accidentally signed up to become a drum major.
Accidentally?
Yes. The summer before freshman year, I really wanted to do drumline, but I ended up emailing Mackie to become a drum major. And so first day of band camp, I was met with our drum major before me. His name is Kainoa. He was so excited, and I was like, this seems so cool. So I ended up pursuing it, and I like to think it's fake because I really enjoy like spinning and leadering. It's really fun.
I'm still baffled that you're like, no, actually since last year. And I was like, wow, you just enjoy it so much.
I think a lot of it has to do with like the people that I know through band. And it's like it's the right encouragement for me to like continue doing the things that I do, because it's like sometimes it gets really hard where you're like thinking I don't know if I'll be able to really help with anything, but a lot of the kids in band are just really understanding, and so I'm able to do my job without having to worry about like if I'm doing things too wrong, because they usually understand.
Would you say that's the best part about band, or is there any other underlying thing that keeps you going?
I think the people are definitely the best part about band. This is so corny, but I love them all so much, and they like help me to keep on going, and it just like seeing them work hard makes me want to work hard. And a lot of the alumni that I know through band, they are what I want to be like as a person. And so like thinking about whether or not I had joined band is kind of crazy, because like this is kind of like who I am now.
Is there any alumni you want to shout out that really influenced you?
Yeah, shout out to Kainoa. Yes, it's my bestie.
What year did he graduate?
He graduated my freshman year.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he was like a really big help. Kelly, she was our saxophone section leader. Emil was also our tenor, or they were like half tenor section leader, and Adonis and Peter and them. They were the best. I love them so much.
Is there anything new that you're working towards in band or life in general? And how do you find time to, I guess, explore new things?
So I think I've really just been trying to find balance for everything, because It's just I've been having kind of like a hard time trying to figure out what I can do and what I can't. So I've been trying to not put as many things on my plate so that I'm able to do things that I want to put more energy into instead of doing like a bunch of little things and not putting enough energy into it.
Hmm.
Also, just kind of being a kinder person in general, because I feel like, or this isn't really towards band, but like in life in general, I always want to try to be a little more kinder and understanding towards people, because I feel like there's so many negative people in this world that you don't really have to add on to that. So I've been trying to be more conscious of my words and like the impact that they have.
I think this is a sign for the viewers to join band because Go2 is not a dictator. She's not. She's a really kind and sweet person.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Just like anything with band that you want to work towards, since right now, you're just a junior and you have all of next year to be doing new things, and whether or not you want to continue band next year and what direction you want to take band in.
I've been thinking about doing band in college. I know I definitely want to finish high school off doing band, but I'm still thinking about if I'll join like concert band or something at college. But I'm trying to kind of strengthen my music theory and how I read rhythms and things, and just how I play in general, because it's kind of like, even if like it's a big group, right, but like little people, or not
little people, tiny people,
like every single person like has a role in what they like what they contribute to band. So I've been trying to make sure that I'm able to contribute as much as I can without holding people back.
Everyone's heard.
Yes.
Seen. Are there any advice that you have for people interested in band or wondering about what band is like, misconceptions, anything like that?
I think if you have any, like, if it's like the smallest interest in band, that you should go for it and that you should try it. It is a very big time commitment, like we've been kind of talking about, but if you're the type of person who finds it gratifying to put in that much time and to get some really good results, then I think you should try doing it. But if you're the kind of person where you rather kind of just not put in as much time, like there's nothing wrong with that, but band is like very much like time, and like putting in as much as you can.
You also get cool windbreakers.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Freshman year, I wanted my windbreaker so bad, but we were getting back in from quarantine. So it was kind of like we were getting back into things, and Mackie was trying to figure out the windbreaker situation. I used to be so jealous of the seniors that had their windbreakers already from their freshman or sophomore year. Yeah, and I wanted one so bad. I think like you can see a band kid walking around and like, oh, that's a windbreaker. that's one of
mine. So are they given to like anyone who joins band?
Yeah, if you're in marching, you're required to get a windbreaker, because if it rains at a competition, then you have to put it over your uniform, and we march with it.
Not even with rain. I see those windbreakers all season, actually. I was wondering actually how I can get one.
Do you want? I can definitely get you one. They're like 44, or wait, no, not 40. I forgot.
I'll be the honorary band kid.
Honorary band kid, yes. If you come to competitions and stuff, just wear it around. Be like,
I really want to learn how to play like the oboe, but
oboe. It's
very expensive.
Yes.
Actually, I think all instruments are really expensive.
The least expensive would probably be like, it's still expensive, but brass instruments, because you don't have to continue buying like reeds for it. And reeds are like the little wooden piece that you use for like wind instruments, like oboe. Oh, an oboe reed is like $20, I think. and you need like 3 ones that you go through rotating, like through each of the reeds. And so I'm always like amazed when I see our like oboists. They're like, oh, they're so good. But oboes, yeah, oboe is such a pretty instrument. You should try it.
How are you guys able to afford so much cool instruments for everyone?
A lot of our kids try to rent their own because it's really, like you said, it's kind of expensive to try to give instruments to everybody. But we have some, and it's just we fundraise like crazy all year. Just so that we're able to keep up with our competitions, like, and uniforms and stuff. Yeah, we like fundraise like crazy.
Are you guys gonna have, I guess, any other merchandise that goes with the windbreakers, like socks?
Oh, we were actually we
wow.
were talking about socks last year in our band council, but it never ended up happening. But now that you mention, I gotta bring it up with them, guys. We need socks ASAP. the people
are demanding.
They want
demanding for them. Like one day in class, I'll see a windbreaker. I'm like, I don't know if they're a band kid. I look at the socks. I'm like, yep. There you go. Any other merchandise you guys have been thinking of?
We really wanted a sticker with Mackie's head on it.
Oh, okay.
I feel like
put it on everyone's hydro flask.
Yes, I think everyone would buy that. I think we need to put into that sticker idea. But we're working on pins right now for our graduation because we can't do the cords anymore.
Why? Just
I'm not sure. It was just like an update in the district, I think, or for our school, like that we do pins instead of cords.
Oh, okay.
It was pretty interesting. So I think we're working on that right now. We have a lot of lanyards that we have. They're just like sitting in bags.
What would be like a day in the life, week in the life, year of the life of a band kid?
So, a week. I'll do a week in the life. A week in the life of a band kid. So let's say we had a competition that week on Monday. We go through our normal school day, and come right after school. Practice is supposed to start at 3:30 every day, so 10 minutes after the bell. And depending on our needs and what we need to improve on for until our next competition on Saturday, we would either work inside for a few hours or an hour and then come outside and march down the bus lane several times. And so we do that until 5:30-ish. Sometimes we go a little longer if there's a birthday. Sometimes I know you guys could probably hear us singing really loud for birthdays, and so we end at 5:30. And then if you're in drumline, you would stay until 9 after marching. They usually have some time to go get dinner before they come, and that would be Monday. I feel really bad for our kids who are in jazz, marching, and drumline because they start their day at like 7:30. They don't
7:30.
Yeah, because that's what time zero period starts for jazz.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, right? That's zero period? Yeah. And then they just go the whole day until 9 and then go home. I always wonder like how they get their homework done. I have a very deep like
I was wondering that question for you actually.
Oh, for me. I actually have more time than I thought that I would this year. So sometimes if I have to stay after practice to help some of our drum major kids during fall season, then I probably go home around 6. But on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I usually go to the library and do homework and study since I have the time that day.
And you also are here on the weekend sometimes.
Yes, sometimes. When we have a performance, the ideal spot to practice is in our bus lane because it's actually the same measurements as a competition route. So usually I come here usually in the afternoon with our drum major coach Jack, and we work for several hours. I think the longest that I've practiced was 5 hours. I think that's how long. And
That's like a whole shift.
and just spinning and working on call outs and other stuff. Oh, Tuesday for a band kid. Usually most kids come by the band room because we're just used to that after school. And then sometimes they'll have sectionals since they have that free time after school. And yeah, and then they go home. Everyone usually goes home early on Tuesdays. Mackie goes home early on Tuesday. And Wednesday, since it's late start, actually, no, we don't do anything different because it's late start. We just go through our normal practicing routine and end at 5:30. Thursday, usually, if we have a rally on Friday, drumline will stay after school and have sectionals for each part of drumline and work through their show for a rally. And on Friday, actually, one of our band reviews this year is the Saturday before, or we have a football game the day before a band review. And so on Friday, we would, if there's a football game, we end early so that everyone can get some rest, go eat food, and then we meet up at CO. Something new that we've been doing is face paint. Like my freshman year, we didn't really do that, but for the past
getting more spirited.
Yes, we love the spirit. We love screaming, or I love screaming actually.
It's part of the spirit. It's part of lifestyle.
Yes. Like it's been really fun. Color Guard had little pom poms at our last game, which I thought were fun. I tried to do that freshman year, but I didn't actually know where to buy pom poms, so I had streamers that I put to our thing called a lyre on our instrument, and I had like a big star. I don't even know where I found the stars, but I brought some for our whole section. And then
I love that, just making band more spirited and showing off that Wildcat pride.
Yes, we love being like spirited and just having like good energy.
Would you say it's kind of band is a all year type of activity?
It is definitely an all year kind of activity.
There's no breaks.
You get a little break during summer, and then we have these things called we have a winter season where it's just drumline, guard, and drum majors, and so we usually start practicing for that a little bit before our fall season ends, which is November. I think that's when we end. And yeah.
Is there anyone who really helped you be the leader you are today, or any person that you noticed in band as a leader that you want to shout out?
My section leaders from freshman year really like showed me what it what it means to be kind while also like maintaining respect within the section. And
I think that really helped shape your kindness you are today.
They really helped me out a lot freshman year, so I always look up to them as like my example, because I think sometimes when people try to be a leader, they don't take in consideration people's feelings, and they kind of just think that because they're a leader, they can boss people around. But my kind of mentality towards it is that you have to have them respect you before they respect you. So, like, I always try to remember everyone's names in band, because I would want my leader to know who I am if they're going to be telling me to do stuff.
And you remember everyone's birthday. Every time I check your Instagram,
I love making
another
little
birthday.
birthday posts. It's like, I think it's so important to feel seen. And so if it's in my power, I'll always try to make someone feel special or make them feel like they're seen in our band, because I feel like people can get overlooked so easily. And so I always try to make sure that as an individual, you feel like you're seen and that you're wanted in this space.
And you've been leading for almost the entirety of high school, and you've already accomplished so much at such a young age too. Is there anyone who you know is gonna have that potential right now in band? Anyone you want to shout out?
I think everyone kind of has like the potential to get into a leadership position and be someone who's like genuinely a person who they'll respect and be a role model. So right now I've trained a few kids to spin for our winter season, but one of the kids that kind of stood out was our assistant drum major. His name's Logan. Shout out to my boy Logan.
Shout out Logan.
Shout out Logan. Yes, he's our assistant right now, and I think he has a lot of the same values that I have when it comes to just respecting people. And I think he's gotten a lot better at spinning this year. So one of the things that I told our band when I became drum major is that I want to leave this place without them having to worry about having a drum major or someone that they could leave or be someone that could like lead. So I think Logan was definitely going to get up there and help our band program out.
Anything you want to shout out in general? Last thing.
Shout out to the Franklin Sound Power marching band. You guys are the coolest people I know. Shout out to my mom for letting me stay after school so late all the time and not wondering if I'm doing certain things that I'm not supposed to be doing. And yeah, oh yes, and Mackie and Jack and Kainoa, they're kind of like my three pillars that keep me up. Jack really keeps me on my toes, which is good because I tend to be a little lazy. So I love Jack. Love Kainoa. Kainoa always comes and helps when we really need help. So very slay Kainoa. And Mackie always gives us the support that we need, and I think he's very cool band director. Oh yes, also shout out to all of Jack's students, coolest drum major kids ever. And yeah,
and shout out to Drumline. I think our rallies would not be the same without them. They eat it up every single time.
I thank you on their behalf.
I don't remember if it was my sophomore year or junior year. There was this guy who like performed upside down.
Ethan. Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, that was such a cool rally.
I remember that one. I was like, wow. Not that I didn't appreciate Drumline before, but I think that really wowed me and showed the dedication that you guys pour into this activity that I think often people might overlook with the whole band kid stigma.
Oh yeah, the band kid stereotype is something we've been fighting. But
fighting the accusations.
Yes, please, we're not all nerds. Well, actually no, there's nothing wrong with being a nerd, but I think people kind of tend to be like, oh, you're in band, because
they're just projecting. They want a windbreaker too.
Yeah. They want those socks so bad.
They do.
Don't worry.
They want those Mackie stickers.
I wish that I had a picture of Mackie on my water ball. That's what they're thinking.
My water bottle is looking a little barren.
I can see the Mackie sticker like right there.
Right there?
Yeah, right.
Right in the center?
Yes.
Yeah. Any final sentiments?
Yeah, I'm really grateful for everyone in band right now for being just hard workers, being patient. And I love you guys so much if you're listening. And I hope that, or I know that we will have.
You're getting them emotional.
I'm so sorry, guys. I know that you guys are going to put in the work for this season. And I'm just really proud of you guys.
All right. That should wrap it up. All right, 32-ish. That's when it wraps up. So we're gonna get a soundbite of you saying bye or anything you want to say. That's gonna be edited like the very end.
Okay.
So it's like less awkward for our guests.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So whenever you're ready, you can just say like bye, guys.
Okay. Bye, guys. Thank you so much for having me.
Perfect.
Hooray.
How was it?
I think I got scared, and my train of thought is like constantly going through things. So I'm sorry if I like went on little tangents.
No, it's fine. We love that. It puts food on the table. Yeah, honestly, it'd be like that sometimes. You know, it's a Thursday, finals.
Yes.
A lot of study for.
I have a chemistry final tomorrow.
Oh my.
But it's okay because I have Miss Larset and she's the best.
So, pleasant experience.
Yes.
Good to vent. Was there anything you wanted to say, or you got it all out there?
Let me check my notes real quick.
Anything you want the world to know about band kids?
We're actually really cool people, and if you like, I don't know. I always feel bad like for the band kids stigma, but I think everyone that I've met in band so far have been like really like genuine individuals. So even if there is like kind of a stigma about us, we don't really mind because we know that we're very cool.
All right, guys. I think this is my sign to join band and get a cool windbreaker. And that wraps up this episode. Thank you to our producer Allison, videographer Joseph, and advisor Mrs. Toyama for making each episode happen. And let us know what you'd like to see next. Peace out, Wildcats.
Band dismissed.
FHS go Wildcats.